Hello, everyone. It's Mr. Burns. We're going to talk about the executive branch quiz that you took recently. And I will say that, for the most part, most of you did really well on it. And there's a few questions that trip some of you up, especially some of those check all that apply. And I'll kind of go through some of those for you. Starts off with number one, with every single person getting number one right, which is really good. Every vocab question was 80% or above. So you can see right below the question how many got it right out of 146. And most of you did a really nice job on the vocab. When we got into the powers and responsibilities section, number 11 is where it started. So 11, 87, about a little over half of you got this one right. So when you're going through these, you have to obviously figure out, it says which four, there's six there. Think about the other branches, especially when we're talking about this. Approves the budget prepared by Congress. Well, Congress doesn't prepare the budget, the president does. So that one should have been nixed right away, vetoed. Not correct, all right? And then the second one that was not correct was confirms presidential appointments. Congress does that, all right? The president appoints someone. The president can't confirm their own appointment. That would not make sense, okay? So the other four were the true responses, and it seemed like the first one was the one that the least of you chose, which is preparing the budget for congressional review. Number 12 was a tough one. Only about 65% got that one right. And when you're thinking of executive checking legislative, the first one there is can override a presidential veto. That's legislative over executive, so that one's backwards. And we hadn't, at this point of this quiz, talked about declaring laws unconstitutional, so that one should not have been the choice that you selected. The last one's the right answer. Pretty good job on 13. 14, 77%, a little bit of a tough one there. But executive order is one way that Congress can influence public policy. They try to circumvent, they give like a direct order to the executive branch to enforce a specific law, even if it goes kind of against Congress. Okay. You did really well. 80. I think everyone was over 80% as well on the roles of the president questions. You can see 85, 86, 94. This one was the one with the cabinet picture of President Trump with his cabinet. And then 19 and 20 as well, all over 90%. Here, 90 out of 146. This is where I think a lot of this section was the most difficult section for some of you. The state and local, we had not spent too much time on that, but enough time where you should have known that the two positions that Virginia voters elect to the state executive branch are the Attorney General and Lieutenant Governor. The mayor is at the local level, the city, town level of government. So that one tripped you up, quite a few of you. It looked like a lot of you picked these two, or a lot of you picked the first one and the last one. Good job on number 22 and 23. And then 24 was about half of you got that one right. And again, very similar to the one that we looked at earlier, where you knew one of these two had to be true. Okay, but the biennial budget is the governor every 2 years. Okay, and then this one impeaches. No, who does impeaching? That's the legislative branch. They're the ones that can impeach members of the cabinet, members of the executive branch, and judges. Okay, and this is the toughest one on the test. Which four positions do Virginia voters elect in every locality? City council, a lot of you picked that one. First of all, that's only cities, not towns, not counties. Second of all, that's the legislative branch. This quiz is on the executive branch. And you should have known that Supreme Court was not the right answer because that's judges or judicial branch. So those two should have been eliminated right away just because they're not dealing with this branch. Remember, the quiz is on the executive branch. Okay, so it's the other four that are involved in the middle. Okay, hopefully this helps you just kind of give you a little bit of idea, get ready for your unit test that's coming up very soon, and maybe gave you a little bit of pointers with test taking strategies.